I've kind of been out there marching and protesting for years, and now I feel like it's
Yeah.
finally come to a head, and
Right.
everyone is having to deal with society, whether it's dealing with race, whether it's dealing with health and wellness, which all
Yeah.
narrows
Yeah.
down to classism, capitalism, economics,
That's right.
and
Hmm.
you've been on
That's
many
right.
different sides of it. And I just,
Mhm.
because I'm truly interested in the Justice and Policing Act that
Yeah.
you're presenting. But me
Hmm.
being a Howard graduate and having an abolitionist,
No.
you know, but having that abolitionist spirit of why do we need law enforcement anyway? And I've asked this to our mayor here in California. I've posed this question to Cuomo in New York. The idea even policing, as we know, goes all the way back to slave patrols, and that idea of
Yeah.
enforcing a law
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
upholding a law
Hmm. Yeah.
is a not only it's an outdated concept in my opinion. So I'm
Mhm.
excited about some of the measures that we could take to better policing, but I feel like we should get rid of policing altogether.
Okay. So, I mean, I wrote a book back in 2008 talking about what we need to do to also, to your point, remember the history of policing in America, because
Yes.
you are absolutely right that law enforcement, the first question has to be, who are the laws being enforced against and are they being equally applied?
Right.
A question before that has to be, how are the laws being written? Because we know that it has been the case for hundreds of years that the laws were written in a way that treated Black folks as less than human.
Right.
So, and I'm not going to go through all the history. We all know it. But the reality is that there is good reason for communities to distrust law enforcement based on a history, a
Yes.
well founded, well documented history
And
of
current
righteous
actions
trust.
as well.
And then, right. And then we get, right. And then fast forward to George Floyd or to Breonna Taylor, or we could go on down the list of all of the men and women who have faced death at the hands of law enforcement. And
Right.
so all of that is absolutely right. And so one of the conversations that has needed to happen for a long time, but is getting a sense of prominence now, that is such an important conversation, is we have to reimagine public safety in America.
Yes.
And by that I mean this. It's been upside down, which is, for too long people have confused achieving public safety with putting more cops on the street. Instead of understanding, you want safe and healthy communities,
Mm-hmm.
put jobs in those communities, give people
Yes.
access to health care that they can afford, fund those public schools,
Yes.
give people access to capital to start small businesses. Because you know what? You will then have healthy and safe communities. And the other point is this, and I said this, we just had a press conference about our bill, our justice bill and policing bill. The reality of it is that if you go to middle or upper middle class suburbia, you will not see that police presence.